White flag is coming out as he works his way now through turns 3 and 4.
Hamilton across the start-finish line of 15:08:59. How about an exact same time down to the thousandths between Queen and Pemberton, Brian?
Wow, that's, I don't know how you do that. You've got better odds to probably win the lottery than doing that when you come down to the thousandth of a second. But that's what he did. But Bud, he goes to the top. Landon Pemberton will knock Brendan Queen back to second, 15.782 seconds.
Connor Hall out on the racetrack in the 77 machine, working his way through turns 1 and 2. Pemberton laying down a 15.782, the new time to beat. The 0 machine pulling down to the pit stall area over in turns 3 and 4 as Hall crosses across to get the green flag to start his qualifications. Once again, a scuff lap, then they take the green flag, the white, then the checkered. That's how qualifying happens for the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series Taylor Waste Service late model stock cars here at Langley.
Connor Hall breaking loose through turns 3 and 4, but they say loose is fast for the driver from right here in Hampton who's undefeated in all starts here in the late model series. He goes to the top. He'll knock Landon Pemberton back to second, 15.679 seconds. That's more than a tenth of a second faster than car number 0. He'll slow down just a tick on lap number 2, but again, lap 1 was the good one for the driver with 11 starts, 11 victories, and he's going for his second Hampton Heat 200 trophy. Trey Williams is on the racetrack right now, so one driver who's made many starts to a driver who's never done this race. 16 years of age, he's the 2021 Langley Bandos champion, and he currently races in the Legends division, so he's pulling double duty here tonight. The Legends will go out first here this evening, and he's running super strong in that series, third in the point standings, and has a best finish of a runner-up. Here he comes now through turns 3 and 4 to see the white flag for Trey Williams.
Low time qualifying first lap for Trey Williams of 15.859, so he's in the ballpark, 15.859. Now we'll let you in on a little bit of secret. He has been running late model stock car events at Dominion Raceway, including an 11th place finish in the Big Show down there, 150 lap event. So he's got 50 more laps to worry about, and he just out-qualified Brendan Queen of 15.859. How about exactly the same time as Queen again? So I think Queen will end up getting the spot because we'll have to go to point standings probably to decide the 2 fastest times there.
Wow, another driver who turns a 15.859 seconds. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where at least 3 drivers have run identical lap times here in qualifying. We're just early on. This is the 6th driver to take to the racetrack, or correction, the 5th driver. I was going to say 6 because he's a 6-time champion. Car number 20.
Standing by with Britton Butterbean Queen. You got a little set in the seat there. You were shaking your head just a little bit. What do you think about the qualifying run?
Well, we got a different motor package for this race, so it was a good lap. But it's like you're just so close, but yet so far. But I know it's the right motor for the race, but I knew qualifying was going to be our weakness. I was happy with the lap, but it definitely stings to not be on the pole for this race. But at the end of the day, I know we got the right motor for the 200 laps. So just be a little interested in having to come from deep in the field.
Yeah, you got plenty of time to get it figured out in the feature event. Again, that was the number 03 of Britton Butterbean Queen.
Thank you there, Jacqueline, as we watch car number 15, Logan Clark, on the speedway now down the backstretch. Now, just before Logan came out, Greg Edwards was 5th out of the 5 cars, 15. And Speedway and I are chatting up here in the booth. This driver actually competed at his track on dirt down at nearby Dixieland. Again, the Reds telling me for years he competed there, and he's going to make his 8th Hampton Heat start, 62 years of age, and get this, Adam, 46 years of racing experience. That's simply impressive.
That's quite a resume, Brian. Craig Eastep, of course, one of the Ironmen here of Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, and we had the Southern Ground Pounders out here a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was you that told me he was talking to you and had a conversation and saying, these are the race cars that I used to drive when I started out, so those old school race cars definitely take me back, and Craig Eastep, definitely a driver that's been around here a time or two. Many racetracks for this driver, and always great to see him out here at the Speedway.
Right now, making his way off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. He just wrapped up his 2 laps. We're talking about car number 25, Craig Eastep, here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. 24th fastest, 16.140 seconds. I want to send our apologies to those who were trying to tune into Facebook Live. We had a technical glitch, but we're glad you're back with us. Don't forget to join us here at the racetrack Tickets still available at the box office or online at langley-speedway.com. Come join us if you can. Live coverage on Flow Racing. It'll be coming up here momentarily. Jared Fryer on the Speedway, car number 14. He'll go 14th fastest right now, 15.928 seconds for car number 14 as he makes his way down the backstretch now. This is the defending race winner from Jacksonville, North Carolina. He finished second in the Virginia Triple Crown Championship standings last year.
10th quick, 15.880 for the defending champion of the Hampton Heat.
They did like
the gentleman that got the hottest trophy in racing last year.
Jared Fryer just wrapping up his second lap of qualification, and again, you just heard he's inside the top 10. He's trying to get his second Hampton Heat victory. It could come tonight as we watch another rookie competitor. This is car number 47 from Norfolk at just 15 years of age, Riley Music. He won the championship last year in the limited late models. Of course, he's won a Bandos championship as well. He races in modifieds this year with a runner-up finish in his most recent event. And he's another driver who's just trying to log as many laps as he possibly can. He's 28th fastest right now, 16.254 seconds, as I believe our final car is rolling out on the speedway. Here comes Riley Music back to the line.
Music crosses the stripe, lap number 2, a 16.250, stays right in 28th position for right now. So the final car, as you mentioned, Brian, on the racetrack, it is Casey Wyatt in the 29. Now you got to think, Casey Wyatt's been running top 5 and sitting up front almost every single late model stock car race we've had this season. We'll see if he's the spoiler for the top spot right now. Bobby McCarty, a 15.694.
Casey Wyatt, the fastest in practice yesterday. Driver from Newport News, 39 years of age. This will be his 14th Hampton Heat start. He got a best finish of 6th back in 2010. He overall has 2 top 10s in this race as he takes the white flag for car number 29. Let's see if he can run just as quick as he did yesterday in practice.
14th.
So he's looking for a big pickup here on lap number 2. He is the final qualifier here for this race. Across the line for Casey Wyatt. He'll slow down on lap number 2, so he'll stay 14th for car number 29. Casey Wyatt, 15.910 seconds. And it looks like we may have a pole winner. Bobby McCarty gets it done here in car number 6 at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway.
And Bobby's actually trying to hide his smile a little bit. It's okay to be happy. You just won the pole here for the Hampton Heat, and now you just came off of a win at South Boston. You're leading the Triple Crown points. Is this just the perfect scenario that you can think of?
I don't know. 200 laps is a long race, and we got to be there at the end. But these guys worked really hard. We struggled all day yesterday and a good portion of the day. So to qualify on the pole after watching these guys bust their tail in the heat all day, I mean, it's really, I got to thank them. They did a really good job at giving me a good race car, and we never gave up. And you know, for the last month and a half or so, we've been running really, really well. We show speed everywhere we win, and I'm just glad I get to put my butt in the seat.
You mentioned the last month, you finally coming to your own with this new team and all the support you've had with Marcus Richmond. But when you reflect back on the last month and now in the seat to take home potentially the Virginia Triple Crown Championship based off of your performance tonight and then headed off into Martinsville, what is going to be the key, though, for this 200 laps and able to make it last?
I just gotta be smart with the car, keep the tires underneath it, and don't put ourselves in bad situations, and really just trust the car. You know, it's got speed, and I was really happy with the way it drove right there. So we just gotta keep our faith in the car and keep the fenders on it. I don't know. I gotta thank all these guys, everybody at RNS, WG Speaks, the Hogan Group, Pepper Jack Kennels, DreamWorks, Caswell Glass. Bill Steen, BST Shocks, just everybody that helped get this thing to the racetrack. I can't thank them enough, and hopefully we make them all proud tonight.
All right, well, you got 200 laps ahead of you, and we're going to present you with the Hampton Heat, the 15th annual pole award, $400 in pocket. It's going to go to that number 6 of Bobby McCarty.
Bobby McCarty gets his second consecutive Bojangles Pole Award for this famous race. He won the pole last year as well. And of course, Bobby McCarty, a past winner of this race. He picked up the big trophy in 2017. Let's go now trackside and hear the thoughts of the driver who qualified second. Let's go to Buck Roos.
I'll tell you what, you got interviewed right after qualifying. Said you had a little bit more on the table, you thought, but P2 by 13 1/1000ths of a second. So what a tight front row, buddy.
Yeah, congrats to Bobby on the pole. You know, he's always been fast and mini pole winner there, so congrats to them. They're a real tough team to compete against, but just real proud of us and the number 2 machine. Glad to finally get some speed back in this thing and, you know, be able to compete for a win here back in our hometown track here at Langley Speedway. Thanks to all the fans, everybody coming out, and, you know, just looking forward to getting the race going and, you know, try to keep our nose clean and keep tires on it and keep tires from going flat if I can. And but you know, and just hope we can be there at the end.
Yeah, I tell you what, Matt Waltz, the outside pole sitter right now for the Hampton Heat for tonight. This is just the microphone. There we go. Just I know this is another one you want to go ahead and get one of these trophies again, especially now you got the one with the fire in it and everything. I mean, it gets you fired up thinking about it.
Yeah, that's right. You know, everybody's done a good job putting on a special show, and you know, all that stuff is exciting to us. You know, you want the cool trophies and all that as well. You know, we've been so good so many times here at this race. You know, sat on the pole before and led the halfway a number of times, led a ton of laps, just hadn't been able to finish it off. So just looking forward to keeping our nose clean tonight and you know, stay out of trouble, and hopefully we can be there at the end to be able to compete for the win.
There you go, Matt Waltz ready to start P2 tonight for the Hampton Heat.
Matt Waltz outside of row number 1. Late model crew members, if you can please help us, we need to move the haulers out of the infield. Again, if we could get all the late model teams, please help us to begin moving these haulers as we prepare for tonight's races. All right, let's go now trackside to Adam.
Thank you, Brian. I'm down here with third place qualifier Connor Hall. Connor, it's been a terrific season for you guys, starting third tonight. How's the race car for 200 laps?
It's really good for 200 laps. We were a little bit more long run oriented in practice, and just I'm kind of one of those guys where when I feel like it's turning good, I just don't want to really touch it. I wish we would have maybe swung a little bit harder for qualifying, but you know, that's just kind of one of them things. I don't think pulling a 1 or a 3 like Brendan or I did really helped our case, but we obviously, like, I have a really good race car I think tonight, and I'm excited to get after it.
How much does the lap 100 break throw a wrench into your plans and how you set up the race car, if at all?
I think most of these guys are comfortable with what they got after the work session, and you know, the nice thing about the lap 100 break is you kind of have an insurance policy. You know, if you miss it on the first 100, you can make a swing at it and go after it again. But I think most of the guys are just going to make very minor adjustments and, you know, add some fuel.
All right, should be fun to watch. That's Connor Hall looking for win number 12 on the season so far, Brian.
Connor Hall trying to make it 12 for 12. It could happen here this evening when we drop the checkered flag at lap number 200. Bobby McCarty has got it done again for the second consecutive year. He's trying to back up that 2017 victory and become just the second driver in history to have 2 Hampton Heats. We told you the average starting position to win this race was 5th. Guess what? Landon Pembleton in car number 0 rolls off P5, so we'll see if that stat helps him this evening. Again, it's Bobby McCarty, Matt Waltz. They'll lead the field with the green flag for the Hampton Heat 200. Connor Hall posted the 3rd fastest lap. He'll be joined alongside Woody Howard in car number 41. Landon Pembleton, we told you, will start 5th. Peyton Sellers rolls off outside of row number 3, while Sam Yarborough starts 7th. Trey Williams 8th. 9th to Brendan Butterbean Queen, and Jared Fryer rounds out the top 10. Brandon Pierce posted the 11th fastest lap. Clocking in 12th was Ryan Matthews. Justin Carroll rolls off P13. 14th to Casey Wyatt. Nick Smith was 15th. Logan Clark 16th here this evening. Trevor Ward, he'll go from 17th position. Cole Bruce 18th. 19th to Jacob Borst, and Greg Edwards rounds out the top 20. Carson Guapo in the 8 car will start 21st. Stacy Purrier will start 22nd. 23rd tonight, it'll be Eddie Johnson. Terry Carroll 24th. Chase Burrow will start 25th and car number 29B. Craig Estep will start 26th. 27th to Cody Bryant. Chris Horton 28th. 29th to Riley Music, and Rodney Boyd will start in position number 30 here this evening. Qualifying has wrapped up. We're getting set to go racing here this evening. We do need the late model teams to please help us so we can get these haulers moved off of the infield so we can start tonight's festivities. We are slightly delayed due to some inspection difficulties, but we have worked through that. And coming up here momentarily, we'll have the Cycle City Corp Legends for race number 1. The old school video game Super Streets will be our second race. Then we'll have the Farley Financial U Cars. And then the big one, the 15th annual Hampton Heat 200. So if you're watching us live on Facebook or if you're tuning in on YouTube, check us out here in Hampton, Virginia. Hop in the car, grab the family, grab everybody, your neighbors as well. Come to the racetrack. Let's have fun. And if for some reason you can't join us this evening, tune in to Flow Racing. It's going to be a big night and one big party in Hampton, Virginia. For Jacqueline Drake, Buck Roos, Adam Welbrock, I'm Brian White. We'll see you at the track here in just a little bit.